Hello. Welcome to another video, guys. This is actually on the IS300. My sparks are out. I'm suffering some sort of misfire. I'm not even sure where. I just feel it, I hear it, so I'm gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna change the sparks. I don't have my OBD2 scanner because it's in the Scion, and the Scion is stored away, and so I have this car with me and I forgot to get it. So I'm not even sure what cylinder is misfiring, but we're just gonna change all of them. It's probably better to change all of them anyway, and we're gonna go from there. I'll show you what it sounds like right now. So we'll just do a quick start about, and you can hear the misfire, you can hear what it sounds like, because it doesn't sound that great. So yeah, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't smell good either, so let's get this thing figured out. These are the OEM ones, the NGK Iridium plugs. I ended up getting these on Amazon. They were like 20 bucks, $28 for a pack of 4. So yes, I have 8, even though it's a 6-cylinder, but you know, I'll have 2 for whenever. But both of these actually turned out to be like, I don't know, like 60 bucks in total, and if I were to buy them on NGK's website, they were like 60 bucks there also, and that was just for 6, so I may as well just buy the extra 2, you know? In order to get this done, there's going to be a couple things that we have to do. We have to remove this engine cover first. I have to move my whole intake piping, and then there's a throttle body underneath, so we're going to take that off also. In here, there's a couple bolts here that we have to take off to get the engine cover off, and then we'll be able to see the rest of it. Now the engine cover's off, you can see a couple things. This is a 2JZ GE engine. This is the actual throttle body. We have to remove a couple things to get that off. Obviously we have to take the intake off. Thank you to my light from Aperture. It's not a shop light, it's just a photography light. But once we get the throttle body off, then we can remove the cover here, and then we can get to the sparks. So I've got 2 8mm V-bands here. I'm not sure if yours has it. Yours might not be the same, but basically just take the V-bands off and then remove this. For reference, mine are 8mm V-bands, by the way. This hose right here was actually connected to my intake back here, right there. So I had to just remove that. It's just a little clamp. So squeeze it, pull it. And then I did end up moving this. I had to unbolt the intake just so that I can get room and have access. So there was a plug that went here. I took that off. And now we can unplug all of these wires here. So there's a plug. There's also a plug back here on the throttle body, right where my hand is, that we can take off. So there's this clip here as well that you can kind of push. You could use pliers to bend it. Tiffany's getting me like pliers so I can take this one out. But there's also this one here that you have to remove. So you pinch this real hard and rip that out. Nothing too bad there. Once Tiffany comes back, that should be all the wires. So there's this one here that has to come out. This one here also. And then this that connects to the throttle body. And Tiffany's back. Yay! And then it's 12mm bolts, I believe, on the actual throttle body itself. There's 4 of them. There's one here, and then underneath, and then one on the other side. And then this thing should be removed. Throttle body there. There's a wire. You have to remove it. So bend this back so that this is your actual throttle, and then this cable should come up, and you should be able to bend it out just like that. And now it's done. This wire you can just kind of leave. 12mm bolts, there's 4 of them. Like I said, just don't break any of them or drop them. So the bottom, for me at least, are 13s. So I tried to rip out this bracket, but I couldn't because there's actual bolts underneath there. It's actually right underneath this wiring harness. You can see that, I hope. So there's two of them, there's one there and then there's one on the other side, and then the bracket should be able to come out. Bolts that are holding this bottom bracket are actually also holding my heat shield, which is this engine heat shield that was already installed with the car. So be careful, you have to take that out. And also be careful not to drop the nut in the engine bay, because that would suck. Alright, well, the bracket is removed. There's the throttle body, and the dead center of the screen is that 10mm bolt that I just focused on. You need to take out that one, because there's two of them. That's gonna be the throttle body bracket. You can take that out. There was a third nut down here that I didn't realize was there. There's one, two on this side, there's a third one right in the middle, and obviously the first two from the throttle body you took off. There's a hose back here. The camera can't really see it, but there's a hose with a clamp. You can use the pliers, clamp it, and then take that hose off. This thing is a clamp, and you can take that off with pliers. These are some really shitty pliers, but they're fine. And then you should be able to take the hose off. Should be. That was really annoying, but you're able to like pull it off and some sort of fluid comes out. I'm hoping it's fine. Okay. Throttle cable. Haha! Throttle body removed. And leaking. But it's fine. So now the throttle body is removed. There's 3 bolts up here. There are also 12s. Oh, Jesus. It's the bracket for the actual throttle body itself. And then there's a third one at the bottom. Be able to just remove this thing. That was a lot easier than I thought. To get this cover off, you're supposed to have Allen wrenches here, but I guess I lost mine at one point. Probably a 10mm bolt. Yes, and then there's also Allen wrench here where my finger is. There's one on the other side also. So it's just the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we should be able to take that off. Alright, so timing cover is off. I do have a Greddy timing belt from what I understand from the rebuild, so that's pretty cool. We should be able to get to the coil packs. These are, I believe, 10mm bolts, so unlike the regular ignition coils in like 4 cylinders, the 2J has 3 coil packs that powers all 6. So there's one here, here, and then one in the back there that you can't see right now. And they have 10mm bolts on them. Just be really careful taking them out. They're all certain lengths and stuff like that, so be very aware of which ones you're taking out. Part of the wiring harness, there's 3 little plug things. One here, and then there's another one in the middle on this side. And then there's one here that all is for the wiring harness for the sparks, so you can take this whole thing and just move it. And now there are the bolts that you can see. There's one here right where my finger is, the silver one. There's another one over there, and then the one all the way in the back. You just unplug those, and then the sparks should be visible unscrewed. So you should be able to just take this all out. Yep, there's one. And they all route a specific way. Okay. Alright. So now all the coil packs are out. The sparks are exposed. They are there. Make sure you don't drop anything in there. Otherwise you're not going to have a good time. I actually don't think I was filming that for when I took the first one out. Whoops. Second one, not as bad. First one, not pretty, but this one, not terrible. Still not good, but not terrible. Okay. 1 being on the far left side and then 6 being on the right side. They don't look good, but brand new NGK Iridium part sparks. Iridium part number, by the way, is R6EIX11. The 11 refers to the gap that they're already pre-gapped to 11. Gapping on the small Iridium ones are a lot better than these ones, but it's not focusing on me. Hello, there it is. The comparison, old versus new. So just throw it back in there and pop it in. So now that all the spark plugs are all in place there, as you can see, and then we start buttoning it up and doing the exact opposite of what we just did. Got the middle bank first, so that's the same one that I'm gonna put back in here. And this one will go down here. Push them down, make sure that they're good. This is number 6. I'm gonna leave that one for a second because I gotta put that in properly. Number 5 goes down here. Okay. Just for everyone's like reference picture, okay. Number 1 coil here. Alright, this one routes all the way to the back to number 6. So 1 and 6 are together. Number 2 routes to number 5. Okay, this is the number 2 wire on the inside, and then number 3 and 4 are together. Like this hole wasn't supposed to be in there, but no, like it just kind of, the bracket part stays there, and then after that we can put all of the ignition plugs all together now. So this one will go in there, kind of like that, and then there's 2 more, one here that goes there, and then the 6th one all the way back there. Everything else is bolted back up so far. I put the throttle body bracket back on. The throttle body itself is back on. The brackets down there are also back on. So now we just have to put in all of the sensors again, and then we should be almost done, I believe. So this goes up here. This clips here. Make sure all the clips are actually clipped in. That's good. That's good. Triple check everything. Presuming everything is okay, I'm gonna hopefully start the car. That's why it was acting down, but now car works totally fine. No problems whatsoever. Alright, first drive went okay. I parked next to Rex hatch. Looks pretty good. And also another IS300. Hey, we're gonna get food now. At Tiffany's request, she asked for this to be put in there.
That man really, he did it.